Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're at Disneyland to give you a June crowd update. It is Saturday, June 15th, so let's see how busy the park is. And we are going to begin our crowd update here at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad because Amy and the kids are going to go ride this attraction for a different video that we're currently working on. And again, 35 minutes. This is just a look at the crowd line. What do you think, Amy? Do you think that it looks longer than 35, or do you think that's pretty accurate? You've ridden this more than I have.
I think that's actually pretty accurate.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Well, they'll have to let us know what it was a little bit later, and we are going to continue on. Actually, I think we're going to go this direction. It is currently exactly 1 p.m. in the afternoon on Saturday, June 15th. I know you always want to know when I film these. We came on a Saturday specifically. Usually we come during the week, but I decided to come on a Saturday specifically. I figured this is going to be the busiest it will be throughout the month of June. And so this will give you a good gauge of the entirety of the month. Pirates of the Caribbean straight ahead, posted at a 25-minute wait. None of the line is going up on the bridge. It is all down here. And we've come up onto the bridge here. All the queue spaces up here are open. They're here. They're established. So they expect to use them throughout the day, but there's currently nobody in them at the moment. And if we come over here, we can see the bulk of the line in the attraction here. Still using the left-hand side as Lightning Lane Genie Plus only. So standby is over here off to the right, and the left-hand side is for Genie Plus. Hopefully Lightning Lane goes away here once Haunted Mansion reopens. Not that it's been too terribly bad with the Lightning Lane on. I mean, 25 minutes, really not that terrible. I decided to go through Adventureland next rather than doing our normal and going to Galaxy's Edge. We'll save Galaxy's Edge for last. The Adventureland treehouse here, not as popular as it was when it first opened. And you can usually get up those stairs pretty much with ease now. No long lines or anything like that. But there are still people on the treehouse. Adventureland is always a bit of a choke point here, so expect there to be lots of crowds, but it's just a surface thing. I feel like it doesn't mean that the land is necessarily super crowded. Case in point, Indiana Jones is only posted at a 45-minute wait currently. Which I feel like if I were actually riding rides right now, that would be a great time to hop in line. 45 minutes for 1 p.m. in the afternoon, I can't complain with that. Whoa, check this out. They're not even using all of the outdoor queue. So the reason why it's 45 minutes, if it is indeed 45 minutes, is because the Lightning Lane basically means that they do ignore the standby line a lot. But I would bet that this isn't even 45 minutes. Usually once you get inside, it's like about 15 minutes tops. And so the fact that they're not even using the outdoor queue here, amazing. It would be helpful to remind you that 2 levels of annual pass holders are currently blocked out as of, I think, June 7th. They were blocked out, and that means only the Inspire and Believe, the 2 highest levels of Magic Key holders, are able to come to the park right now. We have one more ride to check on here in Adventureland. Jungle Cruise is using the upper building, and there are a lot of people in there. Probably about a 30-minute wait if I had to guess, and the sign right there does say 30 minutes. The upper level of Jungle Cruise is always a dead giveaway for the crowd levels. Over here at Tropical Hideaway, lots of people wanting to get a Dole Whip. It is currently a beautiful and gorgeous 84 degrees. Now 84 in Orlando when we were there just a couple of weeks ago. Wow, sticky, hot, humid, melting, sweating buckets. 84 degrees right now, wonderful, perfect. There's a slight breeze, it's not too hot, it's nice and warm. Oh, beautiful shorts and flip-flop weather if I do say so myself. Let's walk by the castle, but not through it. We don't want to go to Fantasyland just yet. In fact, we are going to bypass the Matterhorn as well, and we're going to go straight over here towards Tomorrowland and work our way around the park from that direction. The park feels much more open over here than it did at Adventureland. Very crowded, had to turn the phone off a couple of times because it was just way too packed and tight through there. Oh no, Astro Orbiter appears to be down at the moment. I do hear some pressurization going on in there. This is the queue for Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, and it is barren and empty. I was gonna say that maybe the ride is broken down, but I can see some people walking in right there. The ride is not broken down. 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and there was no line for this. Back in like April, this would have had a 45 to 55 minute wait at this time of the morning. June is looking really good. I thought I remember June being pretty busy last year, but this is perfect. I mean, we're having an amazing day. 10 minutes across the way. Star Tours is posted at a 35-minute wait, and I do see them using the external room over there. So this is like their extra queue space. It's not just all in there or what's out here. So they are using that room. That's probably the biggest line that we've seen so far, aside from Big Thunder Mountain earlier. Although I'm sure all of those rides are about to be dethroned by Space Mountain, which I expect to have the longest wait. If I had to guess, usually this time of the day is north of 60 easily. Of course, I can't see the queue unless we go upstairs there, but the sign right here says 45 minutes. 45? What in the world? It's acting like a weekday here. This is a Saturday. It is Saturday, right? I mean, you guys wouldn't know, but yes, it's a Saturday. How are these lines so short? Next up, we're gonna go to Autopia and the Finding Nemo submarine voyage back this direction. And as I approach Autopia, I gotta keep my eyes averted. Don't look at the standby sign. Don't look at the standby sign. Okay, so bleachers are in use, but the round room is not. And how many rows have we got going? We've got 3 rows going. It's not all the bleachers. I want to say 20 to 25. 20 to 25 is my best guess. What do we got? 30. Okay, a little higher than I thought. It all depends on lightning lanes, so it's really hard to say. As we approach submarine voyage here, I do see that they are wrapped all the way down there, but none of this front queue is filled. So if this is a really slow loader, I'm gonna say 25. 25 for, 40, it says 40. If that is accurate, that makes Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage the absolute worst ride in the park right now for waits. I mean, I know it's not the longest, with Space Mountain and Indiana Jones both being posted at 45, but both of those are very quick loaders, and for Nemo to be posted at 40, that one's like, ouch. Beautiful, majestic Matterhorn Mountain with clear blue skies. I love it. Walkways back this way are nice and empty as well. I always look for ways to get around the park that aren't crowded. The 3 most crowded places in the park. Frontierland by Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Adventureland in front of Indiana Jones and Jungle Cruise, and basically the stretch from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to Matterhorn through Fantasyland. So basically like around the carousel and up that way. Those are the biggest choke points that you need to look out for. That's where most of the crowds tend to be. But back through here, not too bad. The crowd levels here at Matterhorn look pretty standard and normal. I mean, standard for this time of day is about 45 minutes, so that's what I'm gonna guess. And the wait time is 40, okay, yeah. Pretty normal, pretty standard average for this attraction at around 1:15 in the afternoon. Once again, we are going to bypass Fantasyland, walk right on by it. Well, sort of, we're still in Fantasyland because It's a Small World is part of that. But we're gonna go up to Toontown before we go through the bulk of Fantasyland. Over here off to the right is the Pearly Band serenading us with Under the Sea. I accidentally looked at the wait time for It's a Small World, but I'm not going to tell you what it is till after we've looked at the crowds anyway. Remember, they have 2 different lanes here in It's a Small World. Sometimes you get to choose, sometimes you don't. If you don't want to wait the longest, go over in the right-hand side one over there, because the left one here is the handicap loading station. So every now and again, they'll have a boat that comes by that's wheelchair accessible. They won't fill that boat. So that's one less boat that you can get in, or if they are loading wheelchair, like it looks like they're getting ready to do right now, then that'll take some time. So the right-hand side, if you get an option, is the faster of the 2 options. We can see the railroad going there in the background. Now let's walk down this way and get a better look at the queue. Looks pretty wide and open to me. Oh, look at all this empty queue space right through here, especially over there too. And the posted wait time for this attraction was 15 minutes. So what you are looking at is probably indeed a 15-minute wait for It's a Small World. I feel like it's been a while since I rode Small World. When we were at Walt Disney World, we didn't even ride Small World at Magic Kingdom, which is a shocker. I feel like we usually do each of the days that we go there. We were there 2 days in Magic Kingdom, didn't ride their Small World once. Admittedly, our It's a Small World is significantly better than the Magic Kingdom version. It's longer and it has Disney characters in it. Now, I know some people don't like the overtaking of Disney IP in their Disney, classic Disney attractions. But I personally love it. Get to play, find the Disney character. And it's just a super fun way to spice up It's a Small World. Now we'll pop up into Mickey's Toontown. And let's start with the Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. Can never tell, can't play the guessing game here. I say that every time. I'm sorry if that gets repetitive. 40 minutes! 40 minutes isn't terrible. I've seen it much worse. I've waited much worse. 40 is okay. 40 is okay. Pluto! Pluto! Oh. Okay, Mickey and Minnie's, where are you at? 40 also? Posted at 40. Queue's not outside. Could be less than 40. Feel like when the queue's outside, it is definitely at least 40, but with no outdoor queue here, could be better than 40. But generally speaking, I feel like Disneyland's wait times are fairly accurate. Now, I feel like at Walt Disney World, on the other hand, their wait times tend to be exaggerated. So if it says 45, it's probably less. It's just a way for them to gauge or rather control customer satisfaction. If you think something's going to be 45 minutes and it's really only 30, you're happy, right? And at Walt Disney World, the heat just makes people cranky. Really, it does. And so those wait times are just a way that they can control guest happiness. I just haven't really seen that happen here at Disneyland, though. And our final ride at Toontown, Chip 'n Dale's Gadget Coaster. It's currently posted at a 15-minute wait over here. The queue does look fairly empty. I mean, I can see some heads on the other side here, but this length of queue, nice and open. Might be a little longer than 15 because this is a slow loader. I see the back of the line. The back of the line's right there. Might be 20, but it's not too far off from the posted 15. We'll swing by Mickey's house here. 15 minutes, it says. 15 minutes to meet Mickey. Now, Mickey's meet and greet's inside the house. Minnie's, on the other hand, is outside the house. She's over here at this little patio set behind her house. Minnie's house. Minnie always has a longer line than Mickey, always. And Minnie says 20. Oh, yuck, gosh, it's Goofy. There's Pluto again. Can't go anywhere from here but back out of the land and down into Fantasyland proper. I cannot emphasize how beautiful it is today. This might be the most gorgeous, beautiful day at Disneyland that I have seen in a fairly long time. I love 80s, and with a nice breeze, oh, this is gorgeous. Here we are at Storybook Land Canal Boats, and we can take a look at the queue. Mostly full, but not completely. I feel like 15, probably 15 to 20. Hop across the way to the Mad Tea Party, spinning teacups, and that line looks pretty empty. It really does. Like 30 people in line for spinning teacups. It is around lunchtime. Probably nobody wants to go puke their guts out by riding this after eating. I know I don't right now. Yeah, 5-10 minutes tops. I mean, I don't even know if it's 10 minutes. Poke over here at Alice in Wonderland. Again, a somewhat sort of empty queue. Not like empty, but this whole row is open. Posted wait time is 30, which is better than it was earlier. We didn't ride it when it was 35. Not that 35 is terrible or anything, but I've seen this up to 45 before, so this is pretty decent. Dumbo can be a long one, and I see the queue pretty filled. Hard to see the screen for the wait times with my glasses. I'm gonna have to take them off. No, it wasn't my glasses. Sometimes these glasses, like, they're polarized, and a couple of the screens here around the park They look darker when I'm wearing these, and if I just slip them down, I can see just fine. But actually, the ride is broken. There's people on it, but the ride is broken, and they have cast members standing in front of the attraction. So hard to say what the wait time was, but I don't know. I'd guess 25 minutes. Again, everything looks pretty solid today. Poke over here to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Wow, just a shocker. I mean, it's like past 1:30 now, and look how empty this queue is. Look at this. We waited longer than this earlier, and it was a 15-minute wait, so this has got to be less than 15. Got to be less than 15. It says it's 15, but it's got to be less. Probably only marginally, mind you, but still. Next up is Peter Pan, which of course we did ride earlier. If you know my channel, you know that we do not ride Peter Pan. And if you're curious as to why, well, you're just gonna have to hit the like and subscribe button and come back for a later video, because we already filmed it. It's just this one's coming out before it. 40 minutes, it says, 40 minutes. And wow, this is less than when we rode it earlier at 45. Quite a bit less, as a matter of fact. So 40 or less, between 35 and 40. Whoa, no, this is, oh, wow, yeah. All this is open, it's like 35, easily, maybe even 30. And wow, in fact, some people just walking by just said, wow, it is never this short. Snow White's Enchanted Wish, look at this empty space. What is going on today? This is amazing. If you were not here today, I'm sorry, because today is gorgeous. Just hope that future days are as nice as today. 15 minutes, it says. I don't believe it. We waited in this 15 minutes, and it was actually, pretty sure it was out over here. Yeah. And Pinocchio's Daring Journey, which we are approaching right now. This was like 5 earlier from this point. Actually, it might be a little bit more crowded than we rode it earlier, so let's say 10. And next up is gonna be the carousel. And the carousel, let's see. Probably just 5 minutes, because it looks like they'll be able to fit everybody in the line in this area. So right here, there's a turnstile. Everything that's past this, if you were in this space, you're gonna make it on the next ride. And I think that everybody in there right now will probably be able to fit in here. They'll scoot people forward. Yeah, it's probably like a 5-minute wait. Casey Jr. Circus Train up there. Now that line, oh man, that one's full. And that's a slow loader. Depending on how many of the trains they have going, it's probably about 20 minutes. 20 minutes is my guess. Okay, it was posted at 15, so maybe that means they have 2 trains running. But there wasn't one at the station, so I would expect there to be 1 loading and 1 running. One more land left to go. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Currently in the back path between Fantasyland and Frontierland. Usually pretty open spaces back here. I like walking back here, just because it's less of a, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as claustrophobic back here, generally speaking. And now we're gonna turn right and go into the Fantasyland entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This will spill me out next to Kylo Ren's shuttle, Oga's Cantina, and if I go straight ahead, I will end up at Smuggler's Run. Speaking of Oga's, here is a secret that I did not know about. I can't believe I didn't know about. Amy said she knew about it. There are plenty of hidden Mickeys throughout Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, but there's only one hidden Donald, and it is right here. In fact, it is Oga's Cantina. So if you look right there, there's an eyeball. There's actually a similar circle on the other side. We'll see if we can get a better angle on it. There's his bill right there, and his hat up here. And then, you know, Donald always has this little blue stripe coming down. So this is a hidden Donald in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Perhaps you can see it a little better here. Once again, eyes, bill, like mouth essentially. We've got a hat up here, his hat, and then the ribbon. The area in front of the Falcon wide open. Not a lot of tourists taking photos. You can gauge how busy this area is based on that. Maybe. Because it says the standby wait for Smuggler's Run right now is 55 minutes, which is quite high indeed. Not like out of the ordinary for this time of day, but I would expect only that high of a number in a busier time of year. Given like the wait for Space Mountain and so many other rides, I am shocked to find Smugglers that high so far. That actually makes it the highest posted wait time in the entire park right now. We have one more ride to go, which may dethrone it. Here's a look at the marketplace. Crowd levels through here. Here we go, approaching Rise of the Resistance. Oh no, that's not a good sign. Cast members standing in front of the queue. Definitely not a good sign. We have some people leaving the queue right now. Smart move, folks, smart move. 45 minutes minimum if Rise of the Resistance goes down. 45 minutes minimum. Of course, that explains why Smuggler's Run was 55 minutes. They come over here to ride Rise of the Resistance, and it is closed. And what do? They just walk straight to Smuggler's. That's what they did this morning. Hello. And we ended up waiting 40 to 45 minutes for Smuggler's Run this morning. SS Columbia is going by us right now. They're about to fire a warning shot. Best be stepping back if you're near the cannon. Nice. As a healthy reminder, beginning July 8th, this walkway will be closed. This restaurant will be closed. Everything from Hungry Bear to Haunted Mansion will be closed. There will be no access to Galaxy's Edge this direction. There will be no access to the canoes. There will be no access to Critter Country or Hungry Bear Restaurant. As far as the canoes go, it says they are open, but they're, hello! I can't row all by myself. Though I do think Harbor Galley will still be open. I have not seen any news about this closing. So that means that the wall will be basically through right about here. Blocking off that path there, but otherwise keeping this open. And now we've come full circle. And look at this. Pirates of the Caribbean is now up on the bridge. So let's check in on that wait time one final time. And now it's posted at 35 minutes, 35. So 10 minutes longer than it was earlier, and there are some queue up on the bridge there. It's been a whole 56 minutes since I left my family. I hope they've ridden it by now. They have not texted me that they've gotten off the attraction, but we're gonna go find out. Ah, I found her. Outside Starbucks, no less. At least you weren't waiting in line the whole time. I said on camera, I haven't got a text. I hope they haven't been waiting 56 minutes.
We waited about 42, I think it was, or something.
42?
Yeah, it was a little bit more than what it said, because it was posted at 35. I think we waited 42 or 43. And then James was actually having slight runny nose today because of allergies, so we stopped at First Aid and got him some Zyrtec.
Well, Mice Chat was wrong. They said that this was going to be either a Loungefly or a Nectar Bath Treats. That's where they moved the Wonderground Gallery. Over here to the old California Soul. Not a construction update video, but thought I'd throw it in here anyway. Well, this update video just became impromptu construction because we're not doing another one of those for like 2 weeks. We got Happy Ice over here. I might have to check that out. I like me some shave ice, but check this out. Din Tai Fung. The walls are down around Din Tai Fung. I don't know when this is gonna open, but wow, the walls are down. Gorgeous. I love it. Cannot wait to come try this. I know we have one in San Diego. As we mentioned last time during our construction update, the security there, they put up a construction wall because they want everybody to go down through the new entrance that's down that way. So you can no longer, if you're in the hotels there, just walk straight across. I don't know if they're gonna put in another entrance here or what, but they do want you to use that one down there. I did look at the Happy Ice. It looks really good, but it's $10 for this like teeny little cup. And it's like, no thanks. And that's it for our time here today, giving you a June crowd update for Disneyland. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And at this point, our Walt Disney World series is complete. So if you have been waiting to watch our videos until they're all done, they are done. Here's the playlist. Click it here and you can binge it right now. See you again next time.